Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Be Good Leadership, where we're always having a discussion about how we lead, teach, and learn in the school community. All right. Today, I want to talk about being a fan. I've had people come up to me before because as a school leader, I loved school assemblies, grade level assemblies. I loved getting in front of the students, talking to them. I loved actually getting into the hallways, discussing things with students, talking to students. I loved talking with teachers. I always enjoyed a staff meeting and tried to make the staff meetings as short as possible. Get to the point. But I loved interacting with the teachers. I loved being able to talk to them. I loved being able to send messages. People used to get annoyed at the WhatsApp messages I used to send, and now they miss them. But you can still get some of those WhatsApp messages at begoodleadership.org. But what I was always trying to do is provide inspiration, support, even as a teacher going into that. And one time I was having a student assembly. There was laughs going on. We were making jokes, but we were talking about some serious topics. And a person from a district office was observing. And they came to me and they said, man, how do you have that spirit? What is that underlying spirit that you have when you speak to the kids? Because you're speaking to them about important things, high expectations, but at the same point in time, there is this rapport that you're able to engage, with your students. And later on, the feedback I got was that I had that with teachers as well, and I could foment that with parents and everything else. And I think the important part of it is an underlying belief that I'm a fan of the people that I lead. It's about being a fan for the people you work with. And what does that mean? It doesn't mean just being a cheerleader. I don't mean being a cheerleader. Sometimes when I say, hey, be a fan of the people you lead or be a fan of the students in your classroom, people think that's about going easy on people, just rah, rah, and just be an appeaser. Just tell them what they want to hear. Not at all. If you've ever been a sports fan, you know that you still have high expectations for your team, right? That doesn't go away. You want your team to win. I think one of the most important aspects of being a fan is that you want your team to be successful. And you don't want them to cheat. You don't want them to have it easy. In fact, you want them to beat other teams that are the best. You want them to be successful and be able to come up against challenges. So that's not what it is. A fan has high expectations of their people, but their energy is all about other success. It's not about themselves because they're not the one playing. What it's about is how do I help, and can I continue to support my team so that they can be successful? And when you start to look at things in this light, especially in a school building, as a teacher, man, I'm coming in here, I have high expectations of these kids, but these kids also have to know I want them to do well. I don't think my job is to come here and make this so hard on you that you remember and know your place and I put you in check. No, I'm going to have high expectations and there's going to be some of these things that are going to be hard, but what you're going to know and what you're going to feel is, man, I'm going to do everything I can because I want you to be successful at what's going on here. Okay? So being a fan is about having those high expectations and feeling your best when people reach those expectations, but doing everything you can because you want to support that, right? You root for them in the hard times. You know the times are going to be hard. You know that students are going to doubt themselves. Teachers are going to doubt themselves. When you're a fan, you know that when your team loses, they're probably not feeling good about it. They're probably not feeling good about it. And you feel for them. And you're going to be honest with them as well. Well, man, fans can be really honest with their teams, right? I mean, if you look at the comment section of any kind of sports team, you're going to see some really honest comments and probably always not that tend to be something that could be very impulsive and want to stay away from that, right? But we never stop. A true fan never stops supporting their team, right? A true fan, whatever is going on, whatever the hardships are, they can be honest about what their team needs to do. They need to maybe get some different plays. They need to maybe work a little harder in the off season, or there's particular things that work really well for them when they do it and they get away from that. And a fan wouldn't have a problem reminding their team of that, right? Calling that out, being honest about what they see, but never never with the idea that I don't want you to be successful. I'm not calling you out to make you feel bad. What I'm trying to convey is, and when people feel that spirit, they feel, I can actually tell you that I think, hey, man, you're going in this wrong direction. I'm willing to mention it. I'm willing to talk to you about it. I'm not going to be passive aggressive because I want you to win. Because I feel like part of my success is your success. And then you remind them of what they've already accomplished. And you believe that they can accomplish at least as much again. And I think that that's one of the things too, is that I want to talk about this more in another session. But man, people, even when they're trying to act like they have the highest bit of confidence, even the false bravado of some students, some teachers, some leaders, everybody is wondering at different points in times if they can do it. Everyone doubts themselves a little bit. Everyone forgets about what they've already done and what they've already shown they're capable of. It's your job as a leader, as a teacher, as a parent, to remind people of what they're capable of, to remind people of what they've already done and what you believe, truly believe that they can accomplish going forward. Whether that is being a great teacher, whether that is being a better leader, whether that's just being a better person in general. We're all insecure a little bit about what we're capable of and what we can achieve. But man, when you decide to approach people, especially in the school building, when you decide as a leader to approach teachers in this way and to approach students, as a teacher to approach your students that way, and students approach your peers, be a fan of the people that you love and like. Be a fan of your friends. Want them to do better. Don't get competitive with them. Don't get competitive with them. Decide, man, if I'm doing well and they're doing well, I'm going to agree. If I can take joy in other people's victories, how much joy is that for me on a day-to-day basis? If I can reach the point where it's not just about what I accomplish, but I can also be happy when I see other people around me accomplishing great things, we're going to accomplish just amazing things. We're going to create school communities and places to work where we do great work and we feel good doing it, because the level of trust, the level of support we feel is at a whole nother level. And that's what we want to accomplish. That's what it means to be good. Be a fan. See you soon.